Hey, excited utterance here. My name's Hella, and I'm going hella mad over this goddamn bridge guy video. Dear me. Ugh. And I'm sorry I was late. I was looking at more comments to do with the bridge guy video. Just to make sure I hadn't, forgotten anything. Yeah. So I've been thinking about going live again about the bridge go video for the last few days, and I've been holding off. And then I thought about making a little pre-record, but the problem is when I do pre-records, then people ask questions in the comments, and I can't really respond to them properly because I'm not live and I can't show what I'm talking about. I love comments, by the way. Please leave comments. Please leave comments. It's just sometimes I can't respond properly, and I hope you forgive me for that. I try my very best. One of the things that's been kind of bothering me about the bridge guy video, hey Ma, and look on, hey, yeah, one of the things that's been kind of bothering me about the bridge guy video, and it's kind of, I get it, right? I really get it. It's that the way it's been released, the 43-second one, the way it's been released, I'm actually quite convinced it's been released by good-hearted people who mean the best. The communication hasn't been the best, though, because all it is a website that says ricalanjustice.com/transparency, and not in the spirit of transparency, we don't know who made that website. Some people say that it's the defense, but the defense lawyers haven't said it's them. And then we've had some people asking, like Bob Motta, for example, and I believe he hasn't been able to answer. I know that Michael and Kara have both expressed their support for the site, but I don't think that they're willing to dox or say who it is that is running it. And it's just a kind of a matter of, well, please trust us. And I get that. No one likes to be doxed, right? But there's already been so much distrust in regard to this case that now we're kind of at a point where no one trusts anything anymore, right? No one trusts anything. And here I am, and I can show flat out that something is real in a video or a photo with my 20 years of experience, and I can show it to you as clearly as I possibly can. And I've been teaching this for a really long time. I've taught hundreds, if not thousands, of designers who've gone on to have really good careers. And yet I've got people coming to me going, nah, fake. And I don't believe anything you say. Go watch it on this channel. This channel knows better than you, right? And it's because it's not their fault. It's because it's been bred. This distrust has been bred in regards to this case. I blame the court. I blame the prosecutors. I don't blame the person who set up the ricalanjustice.com/transparency website. But unfortunately, we're at a point where no one trusts anything. In order for there to be transparency and for people to believe anything at all, everyone needs to be really, really clear with their communication. Even then, people are going to err on the side of distrust. Anyway, I do have something I want to show to you guys today, but first I'll say hello to everyone. Hey, Judge Jessica, I blame Nick McClellan for everything bad in this world. Yes. Yes, indeed. For rainy days, cyclones, earthquakes, and greasy hair. Indeed. Hey, Patty B, how are you? KO, hi. I think each of us can judge a source for yourself. You would think. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, no. No. There are literally people who think that everything's AI. Everything. Everything's AI. Everything. The sky is AI. I'm AI. You're AI. Everything. It's all fake. Everything's fake and edited. Everything. I swear, like, if that's the case, we might as well just stop all this and go, well, the girls weren't even murdered. Why do we all believe that the girls were murdered if we think everything's fake? How can we believe that bit if we believe nothing else? Why believe that piece of truth if we can't believe anything else? Sometimes people just take it too far. At my opinion. Wendy's here. Hello, Wendy H. Good to see you. ZM, haven't seen you before. How's it going? Greasy hair indeed. Yes, half Irish. We trust you. Oh, thanks. Nice. Mate, here's why you should trust me, right? And no one has to believe me. But here's the thing. I ain't making really anything on this channel. I don't get great numbers. I barely pay my bills each month. This is not a grift for me. I think every day about whether I should do another stream or whether I should keep this thing going. Because, like, people come at me and go, what are you trying to prove, you grifter? Like that. And honestly, what's in it for me is I don't like seeing a man in prison for the rest of his life because he got railroaded. And it's not just him. Zachariah Anderson is the other one who it really bothers me, and he's the reason I started streaming. And I think Brian Koberger is next. And they're not the only ones either. I've seen a few others throughout my time streaming. I don't like injustices. I actually am not interested at all, really, in cases that are just like very simple. All of the evidence is straight out there. It's cut and dry. Those cases, they kind of bore me. I get interested when I see that that everyone's missing something. That the majority of people are missing a really clearly something that's wrong, that the state's getting away with something and everyone needs to know. I hate that. That bothers me. So that's why I do this. But it's not really doing anything. Like I'm giving up my own time. I could be booking it to students right now. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy, hang out with Dali and the lawyers and everyone. Meeting people in chat is good fun. But that's why I do it. That's the real reason I do it. So that's why you should trust me. I really don't have any hidden agenda. Don't. You blame MLS making it more simple for giving me hope. I blame him for a lot of stuff too. Hey, Judge Jessica. Hello, Angel thinks she's the boss. That's Carroll County for you. If only if it was just Carroll County. I've seen it happen in so many cases, unfortunately. I've been doing this now for about 2 years and watching the cases for longer than that. It's not just Carroll County. Judge Jessica says, I trust that the video was given to the defense as the original. I just think it's weird how clear it is. I don't. I don't. No. And you know what, Judge Jessica? You think it's clear how weird how clear it is. Other people think it's weird how fuzzy it is. Hey, Luke. It's nothing to do with doxing with respect. It's about the environment we're in. There's no conspiracy. That's cool. You may know more about it than I do, Luke. I it's just a word. Doxing for me is just about putting your name out there, and if you don't want to put your name out there in a certain environment, to me that's doxing because you don't want your name out there in that environment. That's all. So it's just the name I put on it. But with more information I might have used a different word. Luke is in chair. I know, I just said hi to him. I love Luke, by the way. Luke's a good guy. Ella, I know who was running the site and I asked him to come in. Hey, Kelt says, hey, Hella, have you heard anything? Another YouTuber has found out about Grey Media Company. They claimed ownership of the video and Grey Media works with Lafayette PD. I know all about that. I went on Pross channel the other day. I actually went on Pross channel the day that he found out about it. And P.S., it's not a copyright strike. It's a copyright claim. That's two different things. And he never, by the way, Prof never said it was a strike. And he even put it up on his YouTube channel as a post. And it said very clearly it was a claim. And he explained it too. Just people get the two terms mixed up. A claim means that one of two things, that the copyright holder is saying that you may use the content, but you may not monetize the content. Or you can choose to have it edit your video and remove that portion of it and still keep monetizing your video. A strike is very different. A strike means that you must take the video down, or if you want to dispute that, you run the risk of facing legal consequences. But he is disputing it anyway. This Grey Media thing is some advertising firm, I believe, or a TV firm, advertising firm associated with a TV firm. Nothing to do with Grey Hughes, by the way, just because it's got grey in it. Apparently it's not to do with Grey Hughes. I do find it odd he's the only one that Prof got the only copyright claim, don't you? That no one else has? I'm not saying it's anything to do with Prof himself, but isn't that weird? Yeah. Oh my god, show us. I'm excited. Hey! Isn't that weird? Wendy H says, we hate injustice. Free Zachariah Anderson. Yes. Yes. I'm going to start bringing you some more Zachariah Anderson content soon. I'm thinking about doing a most egregious moments in the Zachariah Anderson case. I think that might be a good way of bringing that back. Hey, JC. At least in the US, no film or show is ever released unless demographics prove it will make money. Do not begrudge YT creators operating money. I have an award-winning relative in films. Neither do I. I don't like this whole grifting term, especially when it's well, it's more often aimed at like the big YouTube lawyers like Andrea, for example. I get really mad when people call Andrea a grifter who's just latched onto certain cases like Karen Reed or Delphi. She's giving her professional time to give her legal take on these cases. Her time is worth money, and if she's making some money off that, how is that grifting? Like, how rude to say that she doesn't deserve to make money from that. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not easy to make money on YouTube, by the way. It's really difficult. It's really, really difficult. Always blame David. Yeah. Um, hello, Annalisa. Lawyer Lee made a major point on Court TV. She pointed out that the girls were planning to go down the hill before the man said anything to them. They were, she, yes, Libby said, this is the path. That's true. True. Yep. Okay. So, hey, Free Ricky Bay. Ellie put out a fucked up image and fucked up audio as enhanced to the public. That jacked up image and audio is all the public had for years, true. However, it turns out the original fucking vid and audio was fine. Yes, it was. And well, I'll show you what I'm going to talk about first, but I do want to talk to you guys about this whole drama that's going on at the moment about what was shown in the courtroom and what we have now. Because I feel like, weirdly enough, we're dealing with a bunch of hearsay. We've got Bob's recollection, Lauren from HTC's recollection, even Andrea's recollection. And then we have a list of what was shown. And then we've got one person saying, I never even saw Bridge Guy in the video. There was a 30-second video. I think there was a 40-second video. There was the enhanced, there was the stabilized. And then we've got some people saying, what you're seeing is the one. The 43-second one that we're looking at, that's it. Right? And here's the problem. We're relying on people's memories. We're relying on people's memories. Whose fault's that? Judge Gull's fault. Not Bob Motter's fault, not Andrea's fault, not Lauren from HTC's fault. Actually, none of their faults. Right? It's Judge Gull's fault, isn't it? Yes? Because we shouldn't have to rely on anyone's memory. We should have all the goddamn exhibits and the transcripts. We should know. How stupid is it that we're relying on people's memories to tell us what they saw? Hey, Melissa. Curious Luke says, the site was set up in the middle of the trial. At the risk Rick would be found guilty, it made a lot of sense to have a place to signpost people to. Yeah. Well, that makes sense, Luke. See, but I think you understand what the problem is, that people are just so untrusting of everything. And they're scared that it's a trap, right? And that it's fake. And that it's been made to mislead people. Because if you go and have a look at the Guilter sites and the Reddits and things, they're all like, how could it possibly be the defense putting this out? It doesn't help them at all. Right? It looks just like Rick Allen. What's been shown looks exactly like Rick Allen. So, lol. What they do, kick an own goal is what they're saying. Doesn't help Rick Allen, so why would they put it out there? Hey, Spicy Hot Pocket. I just hate seeing the community ripping each other apart. Yes. Yes. Folks, it's about Rick and not YT creators. 100%. We got to be so careful to not let this get between us. Yeah. Coming in a little, I do remember everyone who was in the courtroom saying that they could not see BG in the video. I don't remember that. I remember a couple of people saying that he was so small. That he was so small. Anybody here ever watched the Dancing Bear vid? Yes. Yes. Right? Do you remember that? So where they're playing basketball and there's a dancing bear and most people miss it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So you're supposed to just be you're supposed to be counting how many times the basketball gets passed, right? And so people just count the amount of times the basketball gets passed. But then they all get asked, "Did you see a bear?" And they go, "No." And then when they watch it again, they see that there was a bear. Just like plain as day, there was a bear in this video, right? That's a great example, Lindsay. Excellent example. Yeah. So I 100% remember people reporting back about watching the video and being surprised by how small Bridge Guy was, right? Now, you since we've had the video back, people have said, "Oh, but he's so close to Abby. He's much closer than we would have thought," especially considering that I remember even like just recently, people are saying, "Oh, but people said he was just a little couple of little dots." Well, I would like to know, and I'd probably like to ask Andrea and Bob and that, how far like back were you guys sitting? Like, was it on a projector up here, and you guys were far back? Because if that's the case, of course he looked like a couple of little dots. Anything would have looked like a couple of little dots. So if you're watching it on a screen like this, like we all are, then he looks, you know, like that. But if you're looking it up on a big screen over there, you'd be like that. But again, it's Judge Gull's fault, right? This is her fault. No wonder we're having these conversations. And she loves it, by the way. This is exactly what she wanted to happen. She wanted there to be confusion. Hey, Grey Space. How's it going? Steve. Hello, Angel thinks she's the boss. She is the boss. They said teensy weensy BG. I wouldn't be surprised if he looked teensy weensy up there on the screen up there. He wasn't big. Andrew Bronca in chat. Stella chose the bear. Really? That's smart. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Andrew Bunker, lawyer self-defense, wonderful attorney and expert witness on self-defense law. Go sign up to his channel. Thank you for being a member all this time too. Are you still a member? If you're not, you need to be. Good to see you, mate. All right. Nice to have you in chat, mate. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get into this. Keep going, Ella. Keep going. Yes, I will. Okay. Grifters are some folks who have learned how to play the social security system. Yeah, that's a grifter. That's a grifter. Pisses me off when people say that people like Andrea are grifters. What a bunch of bullshit is that? What a bunch of bullshit. Hey, Court of Public Opinion. Yeah, Branko has been killing it with the streams. I was in his chat the other day. He had 1.2 thousand people in there. And that was just on YouTube. I know you get more on your website, right? Okay. So here's what I wanted to show you guys. And I want to say thank you to, who was it? Over on X. It was, just make sure that I get this person's name right. LiAlPicosa, LiAlPicosa. Sorry about that, for wrecking that. So this person sent a tweet to me and Nick Starro, by the way, about a day ago and said, I need a second opinion. What is this from the Fall Bridge video? Can you tell me if this is some weird pixel issue that is playing tricks? And she very kindly gave me a timestamp on it. And at first I was like, it's probably just a reflection or something. But I said I will open it up and have a look because I'm not sure. And so what we're looking at is about 13 seconds in, and the reason I'm interested in it is because I just don't know what it is. And I wondered if you guys would be able to help. So what I've done is I'll just play it for you really, really slow. No, Dali, this is an alibi stream. And actually I'm off stabbing people. But as long as you can see me and stuff, this alibi should work out just fine. Okay, so make sure you all stick up for me though. All right, so what I'm talking about is this block here, right? See how there's discoloration through there? It's hello, beautiful waterfall. Yep. All right, so see this? Yes. Oops, oh, I didn't mean to press go. Let's go back. There we are. All right. So it starts, see this rock with the moss on it? If you can use that as a marker, it's just up to the right of it. So we're talking here, and it's attached to this gray thing here, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you over to a different screen where I've taken this, not this particular frame, but a few frames that go before and after it. And I'll show you. I've called it odd shape in the rubble.psd. Right. So I've got an early, a mid, and a late frame. So it comes in from the left of the screen over here, and then it moves over to the right of the screen because the camera goes like so. All right, so here it is over here starting, and I'm just going to brighten it up so you can see it much more clearly. So hello, come here. Why do things never work when I'm live? Ah. Oops. Okay. Well, that worked, so therefore that should work. Yes, it does. All right. Okay, so now you can see this part a bit more clearly. I'm just going to turn my timeline off. All right, so see this section here, right? I'm going to turn off that, turn it back on, come back. Go. Right, off, on, off, on. See it? So we've got, this is what was pointed out to me, this gray area through here, right? And I thought it was like a light refraction, but you can tell that the sticks and things are actually there in front of it, so it can't be a light refraction. Otherwise, it would go over the entire thing. All right. It's not Rick Allen Mavka. And then there's this other object. See this here? All right. And I might just draw over the top of it so you can see a little bit better. See, there's an object there, and there's an object here. Right? So this object through here is the grey object, but then there's this object here, and I think that that object there, see how it's got some lines in it, and they appear to be kind of man-made, right? It could be a black or grey plastic tarp that's lagged against a brush. Yeah, maybe. It could be clothing. That's another thing I thought. But then, okay, so that's early in the frame. But oh, hang on. Also, see that shape there? There's also another one of them. Look. I only just noticed this before I went live. I was like, oh, wait on. There's another one of those. See? Right? It's fungus growth or Brad Weber's missing toe. Right? Okay, so then I thought, okay, you can see that much there, so let's go back. Let's now go and trace that onto the next frames. So now you know what we're looking for. See? Okay, I'll take that away so you can see how it really looks. Now you know what we're looking for. That in the center looks like a rock. The dark part looks loose. Yes, I agree. Agree. It looks like something flowing, right? But see this thing and this thing? It's almost like a hockey stick or something. But I don't know. The second object at the top looks like a concrete formation that has cracked and weathered. Maybe. But okay, so let's go. So that's early. And then I'm going to go to a midpoint now. So we go over. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Ah, is that mid or is that late? Ah, sorry, I got them mislabeled. I'll call that one mid. And I'll call this one late. Okay, mid. Okay, so there's the midpoint there. I'm going to put that up there. Need better glasses these days, I swear. Okay. All right, so now you can see it again. I'm just going to put a layer above it. And now you can see that that's where the loose shape is. And that's where the what looks to me to be a man-made shape is. Let's take that away for a sec. Could that be like a shoe or something? Like could it be the sole of a shoe? It would not be unusual for a public area like that to have stray trash of various descriptions. Oh, look, there's been trash. There's been trash in a lot of the photos. But this thing here, I don't know. I just wondered if it might be clothing or something like that. Um, it does have the look of a soul, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does have the look of a soul. It really, really does. That one does. Like the other one didn't. Like like that thing doesn't look like a soul, but that does. All right. And then we'll look at the late photo. There he is up there. Um, so now he's in the top right hand corner. And then it goes like that. Again, yeah, it looks a bit like a soul. You can barely even see it if I don't bring up the if I don't take the shadows away. I don't think I would have even noticed it. Like you can see this part, but you can't see that object there. Yeah. It's not clear. You can't see his face or even what he's wearing. Oh, yeah, ombrage guy. Did Hella solve the case yet? Yeah, Rick Allen's innocent, so there's that bit. Can you zoom out a little so we can get a sense of scale? Yeah, sure. Surely can. And I'll turn off the filter, and I'll turn off that. So there is that's Libby's shadow, I believe. Something else that's been pointed out about this, it's actually I'll go to the middle one, and there's the shoe up there, top middle. Something else that's been pointed out about this particular part is see this line here. So I'll do it on this. I'll draw the line over the top. See that? Seems that she's holding a stick, like she's holding like a walking stick or a stick to walk with. I think someone on Reddit pointed that out. She had like, this big long stick with her. And you can tell, someone could try and debunk this if you want, but I think it is a stick because it seems to move with her rather than it be like a shadow of a tree behind her or anything like that. So interesting, because if she had a stick with her, she could have potentially had something to fight back with, but apparently, and yeah, someone else said this who lives in the area, it wasn't uncommon to walk around with like, big sticks and things like that. Kids did it. Hey, unindicted conspirator, how are you? Now the object looks more like shadows. I know, but I don't think you can get shadows that have those sorts of that sort of symmetry like that. And also it's so, the color tones are so different to everything around it. That's what made me interested in it. Otherwise I would have just been like, yeah, not really interested. But the color tones were really quite different. Like, see how they really pop out, and that really pops out to the background. So just made me interested. So guys, yeah, if if anything about this, especially if you live in the area or you've walked through there, makes you think, oh, I've seen something like that, please let me know. Um, there is that this thing here might be a landmark. See that thing? Yeah. I don't know if that's a tree stump or what. Two rocks next to one another. Um, whilst I'm here, is there anything else you guys would like me to have a look at? I have the. Do I have the video open? Window. Yeah, I do. I have the video open. What's that? Never noticed that before. Oh, is it just a twig that's red? A red twig. There you go. It's a very red twig. It's extremely red, isn't it? Okay. You know, I first saw that, I was like, is that a cord or something? No. This is the thing, it's just like, we're so. We're looking so much for there to be something wrong with this. I personally, like, okay, I got a bit grumpy because I was like, for example, this hand, right? There's some people on a comment thread somewhere who are like, the hand is too big, it's AI. Really? Does anyone think there's anything wrong with that hand? Yeah, it looks like a vine. You see a fishing pole. Did you catch that rectangular object? I thought perhaps an old face mask. Not sure. Out there, a red twig that time of year would likely be older, maybe a vine in Indiana. Those kinds of grey rocks are in the railway beds here in North Mississippi and Memphis as well. Interesting. Glad you're on. Some people are literally losing their shit right now. I couldn't handle it. Mate, I had to walk away from it for a few days. I really did. It was pissing me off. It was pissing me off. I was just like, we all look like a bunch of fucking lunatics. Sorry, but everything is not AI. Like, what do you want? Do you want the state's entire case, everything, to just be all completely fabricated? Is that what you want? Do you want every exhibit to just be proven to be all fairy dust? Is that it? So are we going to come to a point where we're just going to go, right, we just don't even believe they're dead? Are they being harbored somewhere? It's just so silly. It's gotten so silly. Everyone just needs to take a big fucking deep breath and stop being so emotionally attached to their preconceived beliefs, right? It's not personal. It's not personal. It's just, if something comes before your eyes, you just need to look at it objectively, right? When I first saw that that splodge on the video. Someone messaged me or tagged me in a tweet about it yesterday. I was like, it's probably nothing. Yeah, it just looks like a bit of light. And then when I looked closer at it, I opened it up. I was like, no, it's not a bit of light. That. It can't be because there's grass in front of it. And so I decided to ask you all what you all think. Right? I still probably think it's not anything that is going to be consequential, but I opened my mind to it. Is it that hard to open your mind to things? Yet there are literally hundreds, probably thousands of people who are sitting somewhere on a thread going, I can't believe it's so fake. It looks like Pixar. It looks like cinematics. It's just I can't believe there are people with degrees who think this is real. How stupid do they think we are? I'm gonna get a lot of hate in the comments now. I don't care. I don't care. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I was watching a stream before this a few minutes ago, minutes that made me feel insane, and I had to come here to feel normal again. Yeah, don't mention the name. I think the second female voice thing is silly. Don't come for me. You could listen. You could say whatever you want, and those people could say whatever they want, right? But what bothers me about it is that it reflects on everybody who believes that there's been an injustice here, right? So there's freedom of speech, there's freedom of ideas. You can have these ideas, you can express them. But the problem is that if you just discount anything that comes before you as being fake and not real, then when will anything ever be good enough for you? Right? So what will you only ever be happy when something when someone like myself or some expert comes along and goes, it's all fake. Yeah, you're right. It's all fake. Will that make you happy? I don't think even that would be enough. I don't think even that's enough. There's extremes on both sides. Yeah, of course there is. I guess I'm, and this is me in a lot of aspects of life. I don't like extremes. I don't like extremists. Extremist points of view make me feel like the 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 person who's taking on the extremist point of view is just they're putting forth cognitive dissonance. So they're refusing to acknowledge anything that conflicts with their own viewpoint, and they're getting very emotionally attached to that. It was kind of like when Reese Davis, when his letters come out, and there was a lot of conflicting points in there, and because he was of help to the defense, there was some people who were just like, no, everything he says is credible. He's perfectly credible. He's wonderful. We love him. It's like, you don't know him. So my point of view on that one is that he's helpful to the defense because Nick McClelland has committed a discovery violation. So that's useful. I don't know much about Reese Davis as a person. I don't particularly necessarily trust him because he's a prison snitch. He could be a good person. He might not be. But I do like the fact that the state not handing over those letters could really, really help Rick Allen's case. Could really, really help it. So there's no point in getting emotionally attached to Reese Davis. I'm emotionally attached to the fact that there could be a discovery violation there. I think it's awesome. Grace Bay says, I do have an issue sometimes with there's extremes on both sides because usually one side is trying to make the kind of reasonable takes on one side seems extreme. It's just when there's just no acknowledgement of any argument whatsoever, and everything, no matter what is ever said, is like, no, 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 not listening, no, no. It's just when you just close your ears completely to any thought at all. That's when you start to become incredible, right? Your credibility just goes out the water, because you can't have a rational discussion with anybody. You're just like, nope, 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 nope. Hey, is Ange here? Boo. I'm pretty sure Nick Michaelides has artificial or fake intelligence when it comes to conducting a fair trial. Any intelligence? I think he knows what he can get away with in Judge Gull's court. So there's a little bit of intelligence there. I don't need the Reese info to be perfect. The main point is info was given and destroyed, not investigated and not disclosed. 100%, Judge Jessica, you've got it. You've got it. That's it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nope. Nope. There can be inconsistencies, and there were inconsistencies. But Nick is the one who screwed up big time. Big time. And the evidence is all there. It's all there. He made the mess, and that has turned out to be probably the biggest appellate issue now. It wasn't there before, but it's there now. Suffer. Suffer. Love it. Remember to give a like. Oh, thank you, Annalisa. What am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, nothing right now. We're just chatting. The reason I paused on this is because some people were saying in another chat or comment thread, I'm not going to say who, were saying that this hand was too big compared to something else, and therefore this is AI. And to that, I just am going to say that's stupid. The public has been gaslit for 8 years. The distrust is absolutely understandable. Yes, you have to try to understand those who have followed for 8 years and massively invested, and they have been abused. Free Ricky Bay. Listen, I'm forgiving and understanding. Absolutely. And I say it in every stream, every video. The blame is 100% on the government, on the state, on the judge for this distrust. Of course, we're going to be questioning everything that we see, looking for inconsistencies because we've been given this much of a giant picture. One little jigsaw piece in a 1,000-piece puzzle, of course, right? That makes complete sense, right? The problem that I see is that if you just refuse to acknowledge that anything could be real, if you just close your ears and your eyes every time something like this comes out, then you just won't be taken seriously. Your arguments won't be taken seriously. And I think that reflects on the entire Free Rick Allen community. And we need to act more like a community. All right, I'm just going to go like this for a minute. We need to act more like a community. I don't feel like we're acting like a community at the moment. Who feels the same way? I'm really interested to know who feels the same way. Thank you for gifting an Excited Under Its membership, Darlie. Love you, mate. Thank you. Who feels the same way, right? Because I've been part of other communities similar, right? I was one of the beginning members of the Free Zachariah Anderson community when he was convicted a couple of years ago. And it's hard. It's really hard to build a community when there are people who have different ideas as to who plays what part. Then there's some self-interest involved as well. There's content creators. There are people in business. There are people who think that they know the case better than other people. There's always that. There are people who think they can tell the story better. There are people who think that they're better at raising money. So there's this competitive aspect. But when it comes down to it, the idea is to create awareness for the fact that somebody has been wrongfully convicted and hopefully help the person raise money and get their appeal together. Now, I mean, we're about probably 6 months away from Zachariah Anderson's appeal. He still needs money for his. We've raised $80,000, something like that. That's nowhere near enough, but we've helped him to get some really good lawyers. But I mean, $80,000 when there are some other fundraisers that are getting sort of $500,000-$600,000 really, really easily. I think for something like this, for Rick Allen, it's a better known case, right? So we should be able to band together and do better. We should be able to work as a team and actually raise money, raise awareness, and help Rick to have a better shot at an appeal. But we can't be all at each other's throats all the time. Lol, hella Bella. We're just chatting in the forest. Hand shaming. Oh, we were just looking at the hand. The hand, hey, Slizzy. The reason I had the hand up was because there were people in another comment thread that were talking about it being AI. Also, Sleuthy, some people were saying that the reason why Abby was walking across the bridge with her hands in her pockets was because AI can't generate hands very well. So it makes sense that she was walking across the bridge with her hands in her pockets because that makes it look more realistic. See you free, Ricky Bay. A man with mental illness was kept in condition with it aggravated his condition when he became psychotic. Was fed up, fed a confession. Yeah, he should have. He should. Yeah, he should have. There's nothing we can do about that now. Let's say hi. No, this is an alibi stream. Right, I'm off doing stuff. Sorry, I need to catch up. It will implode if there is no central point. Like, I know there's a couple of discords, there's a Reddit. This all just needs to be coordinated in some way. Sleuthy, you'd be a good person to take control of it. All eyes, RM. Needs to be someone who's like a group of people who are really well respected and trusted. You find community on YouTube by following the best channels. There are many excellent ones. Avoid the trashy drama channels. Yeah, and people coming in don't know. They don't know where to go. And like they people coming in also really like enjoy all the conspiracy and that kind of stuff as well. And like there is conspiracy in this. There is stuff that's very uh, unbelievable. There is drama in this case, but then there's some stuff that's just a bit way out. It's just a bit hard to believe. And when I say that, I mean there are some factions in this that uh, they withhold disbelief. They make it so that when we see something like this, when something like this comes out, they just make fun of it. It's like, why make fun of something? We've finally got something, and at least entertain it. I wish we had all of it. I wish we had the 4 things that were shown in court. I wish we had them labeled. I wish we knew exactly what was shown in what order. And that way, the people who went to court could be like, yes, I remember seeing this, this, and this. Even if their memory was a bit foggy, that would then jog their memories. We don't have that right now. We've got what we've got. Starts with crochet, ends with bandage. Crochet. I don't know what you're talking about, Silent G. Your Bordeaux washer? Oh, bondage. What? On about? Mutual respect ain't easy. Listening without judging ain't easy. Kindness is free and real community is worth it. 100%. 100% is what you've got. That is right. We raised 40k for the experts. Yes. And got shit for that too. I heard. Who wants to tell me what happened with that? Does anyone want to pop on and tell me what happened with that? Or do we want to forget it? Your tinfoil suit is making you chafe. I will listen to many opinions, but I stop when I'm being talked down to and called stupid. Yes, right? So that's what got me off on this rant, because of the whole, some of the comment threads I've been looking at. Us who are looking at this video, who are pulling it to pieces, who are interested in it, we're being called stupid. How stupid are we for not seeing that it's all AI? How stupid? How can we possibly, how could intelligent people not see immediately that it's just all fake? Right? So that's just not helpful as far as I'm concerned. Right? It doesn't help anybody. You can say whatever you want, but I just don't think it's helpful, and that's being talked down to. So, and aren't we all supposed to be on the same side? Aren't we all supposed to be on the same side? Except Dali. Yeah, if you, darling. Yeah, so you don't agree. Just move on. It's not a big deal. Yeah. You didn't know that about hands? Yeah. AI is not great with hands. It's a dead giveaway. Yeah. Oh, you know for a fact I'm AI. Yeah. You're AI, Bobby. Yeah, well. Well, Michelle. Have a good night too. Um, the Disney makes hands all day long. Well, I mean, if it was made by Disney, sure. Sure. Okay. No matter what side we take, we can start with facts and work from there. There's been a conviction, fact. I still have a lot of questions. I still search. The conviction was based on very, very little. It was a mess, and the jury did not pay attention to the real exhibits that they should have looked at, which were the crime scene photos. And I'll say that over and over again. This video that we're looking at, that was the state's dramatic moment, right? So they can they played upon this over and over for dramatic appeal. It was bridge guy, bridge guy, bridge guy. It was all about bridge guy. Pay attention to bridge guy. If we know who bridge guy is, and we can assume that bridge guy is the killer, and Rich Allen is bridge guy, then that's it. It's all tied up, done. And they bought that, and that was it. That's all they cared about. That was all they cared about. They did not even think for a second, hang on, should we even see whether the crime itself aligned with what Richard Allen himself said? No. When they came back in and looked at exhibits, what did they ask to see? This video. And some audio of him in an interview so they could compare it. Stupid. So this is relevant now because this is what the state based their case on. But it was not the most important thing at trial. It shouldn't have been, but it was. Not even sure Bridge Guy did it. No. Well, he looks taller than Rick Allen, but there's no reason. There's nothing about this video that definitively shows that that person that was behind Abby is the killer at all. Suspect, yeah, but killer, no. Bottom line on that video, no one from local law enforcement to FBI to citizens of that tiny town ever thought BG was the publicly presented CVS manager. No. No. Absolutely not. Has AI just wrecked everything, like in terms of our belief in reality? Sometimes I wonder. Like, I like what AI has done for our ability to find out information and to automate some processes. But when it comes to what it's done for imagery, it makes me really sad because, like it's wrecked art for one thing, and it's completely ruined our trust in what we see. I hate that. I hate that we can't trust anything we see anymore. Yeah. It can be funny, yeah, I know. But is it worth having funny access to like software that makes funny memes and stuff to not even be able to trust a video of a person that you know is real, right? or to not know if like a politician actually said something, or to be scared that there could be like some fake prawn of you. Imagine. Ugh. It's kind of sick. Yeah. So that part worries me. Hey, Sarita. Anyway, so I suppose I'll end this stream and let the hate comments start. It's a double-edged sword, like most advances in technology. Yeah, I think this one is a bit of a turning point because it puts the power of putting words in people's mouths literally into the hands of everybody. And I remember a couple of years ago, I said to somebody close to me, "Look, this deep fake thing is really scary." And he said to me, "Oh, don't worry about that. That's years away." And it was literally like 2 years ago. And it's real now. It really is real. You're already typing up your hate comment. Thanks, Mavka. I can always rely on you. I love it how, like, even when there's no hate comments yet, Mavka's like first. You love Seraph. We all love Seraph. You know what Seraph ate this morning? A chocolate muffin. And he gobbled the whole thing up. My daughter fed it to him. She's like, "Would you like a little bit?" And he's like, "Yes, please." And then he just ate the whole thing. Look, he's getting really old. He can have whatever he wants. You can have anything that makes you happy. No. Nah, not with dogs, not with cats, no. Even my dog can eat chocolate too. But she's a German Shepherd. She's got like a stomach of steel. Yeah, you loved it, didn't you? Yes. Yes, yes. All right, I'm going to end up now. Is anyone else going live soon? Angie, going live? Not for hella, just random hate to people deserving. Oh, whatever makes you happy. Baldo Osha. Never again. I thought that the other day. I go through periods of like, nah, that's it. Closing my channel. Done. Not tonight. Okay. Is Sean going? Oh, T or someone? Oh, Prof is going. Who wants to go to Prof? He's talking about the whole copyright claim thing. I don't know if he even allows redirects. Can you stop that, Seraph? Seraph is marking his territory on my laptop, and I don't mean in that way. Let me see. Let me see if he lets me redirect. You have to turn permissions on to allow that. So, and you can allow it just for certain people. Like Andrea only allows it for certain people. You got to be special. Nah, he hasn't got his redirect privileges turned on. Oh well, too bad. Too bad. So sad. You want to see Sean? Do you want to see Sean chat? Sean is Sean live? I don't think Sean's live. Oh, he is live. Oh, okay. Oh, definitely we'll go to Sean then. Okay, sorry. Of course we'll go to Sean. Sean always. Sean's my buddy. Sean is my buddy. We always go there. Of course we'll go there. Karen Reed trial motions. Oh God, not Karen Reed. Okay, we'll go there just because it's Sean. Yeah. Oh, did you put your whiskers on the camera? Did you? No. Stop it. Silly thing. Toe sucker, Sean. Yeah. Oh, yeah, stop it, Sarah. Uh, you just want to stay with Hella. Tell us childhood stories. You don't want to know my childhood stories. Hey, hey, before we go, guys, has anyone watched Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix or any of the documentaries about Belle Gibson, the cancer scammer? She scammed everyone and said she had cancer. Um, yeah, she grew up in my hometown. She's from Brizzy. Yeah, no, you should watch it. I was thinking about doing some streams on her. She's a bitch. But yeah, guess this, get this. She's not in jail or anything, and she never even paid any of her fines. You know who she is? You've seen the interviews. Oh my god, the interviews are so bad. Yeah, like she won't. She doesn't even admit that she never had cancer in the interview. She's like, "Oh, I believed I was having radiation therapy." Hey, mate, what's new? We're about to go over to Sean. Is she related to me? I hope not. Yeah. You recently seen a documentary about her? She's something else of an acting dumb. Like, what do you mean? I thought I had cancer. Yeah, she got super duper rich. Like, she had an app and a book and everything. Yeah. May have to go watch Wheel of Time to take a break. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah, she's a liar. She a big, big liar. Pants on fire. Belle Gibson, Belle Gibson, like as in Mel Gibson, but Belle Gibson. And the Netflix dramatization is called Apple Cider Vinegar. Go watch it. Tell me if you're interested. I'll do some streams on her, and I'll even go to her like home suburb and do a little video tour because it's just right near me. Yeah, this is where the cool folk are, but I'm about to leave. Good to see you, T. Yeah, actually, have you seen it? Have you seen Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix, T? Um, yeah, I was just thinking, I might do some streams on her because she's from my hometown. But yeah, in Australia, you have to really do really bad stuff to go to jail. She's not in jail or anything. Oh, too late, DB. We're already streaming. We're already going over to Sean. We're already going to Sean. What episode? Well, the whole thing. Apple cider vinegar is like a whole series. The chick that she was also in Dope Sick. You know that's that series about oxycodone or oxycontin. Sorry. Australia sounds like the best place to get drunk. It's the best place to commit crimes as well. Yeah. There was a child murderer who just got out after a 25-year sentence, and he's allowed out, and not only that, he's not no one's allowed to know his name, and he can get in a relationship and get married without telling anybody who he is. So yeah, he's allowed to marry, and the chick doesn't have to find out. Mhm. 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 Yeah, it's true. Next Delphi Live might be drama, so I procrastinated. Yeah, well, you should do a little rewind on this one because I just like totally went off about people who think everything's AI and fake, and how we're not acting like a community, and we need to stop it and be nice to one another. Maybe I went a bit far. I don't know. I would keep going, but I've got a doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. So wait, Hella, shut up! Is that purring? No, that's someone starting up their car across the street. Sleuthie and Luke and I are wearing our tinfoil togas. That's true. Why was she? Well, why was she on there? Was she professing to have a previous addiction? No, 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 no. So the actress who played one of the lead characters in the drama called Dope Sick, which was, I think it was on Amazon Prime. Um, she also played the lead in Apple Cider Vinegar, which was about this scammer in Australia, and she had to put on an Australian accent and everything. She did pretty well. Yeah. All right, time to go. It wasn't a documentary. It was like a dramatization. But there's a bunch of documentaries on streaming as well about Belle Gibson. Belle Gibson. Belle. All right. That cancer scammers. Cancer scammers are like drama worthy. I reckon it's worth doing some streams on that. So I think like go have a look if you're interested, and I will do some streams on this because this chick I've gone completely down the rabbit hole on this chick, and that's funny that I go like that, right? Because she said she had terminal brain cancer, and then that it spread into three or four more brain cancers, then went to her spleen and her uterus. But she was fine, like she looked completely fine because she didn't actually have it. Yeah. I, there was a couple, but yeah, she was the big one. She was the one who made a bunch of money, and her app was on the very first Apple Watch, and she got flown over to Silicon Valley, and she was up on the stage like at the launch of Apple Watch, like completely well, but saying that she had all these cancers in her brain. Like great representative for Australia, right? Yo. Oh, there was another one that wasn't Australia. That was Amanda something. Yeah. Oh, there's been a few, but ours was pretty bad. Oh, I shouldn't laugh. Okay, time to go. Time for the song. And then when you get over into Sean's chat, go Hella Raid or Hella Sent Me, whatever you like. And you have to stick around, but yeah, say Hella Raid for me. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Nar. Nar.
Her name was Hella. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803.